Welcome back to Smart News. I'm Jasmine Reyes with Smart Communications. In April, Smart TD President Jeremy Ferguson, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, and FRA Administrator Amit Bose announced a huge victory for railroad workers, a nationwide two-person crew regulation.
We have got to keep fighting for a law to protect crew size in America. Today we have a president that believes in rail safety. He made a good appointment into the administrator of the FRA by way of Administrator Bose, who sees safety for what it is and the need to protect this industry and the folks around it. And so he reintroduced a notice of proposed rulemaking for the crew staffing rule. And thankfully he was able to get it done. This regulation is unlike any I've ever seen in my time in doing this role. And I know in working with Administrator Bose and the FRA and trying to help them get this rule right, that they put a huge emphasis on trying to make sure that it was statutorily sound. And the bar that they built into this regulation is unlike any I've ever seen, and it's a high bar, as it should be. And it will make the railroads show that one, what they're doing is as safe or safer, but then two, it opens up the public comment process all over again. And that's where we're at our strongest, when our membership is fully involved. We can turn those dogs loose and let them hunt one more time and make sure that we're weighing in the way we should be. And so we're going to have to be on our game to make sure that we're ready to go to war at any time, because that war is inevitable at some point. It's what we do as a union, it's what we do with the carriers. We're going to fight like hell to make those protections, but when the time comes, we're going to need our membership in there fighting with us. While we are happy with this regulation, and we do thank the administrator of the FRA, the Secretary of DOT, Buttigieg, and President Biden, the job for us is not done. And so the fight continues on. And the reality of it is we're not going to be satisfied until we have a rule that requires two people on every train in America. Crew staffing is critical in the railroad business because it really takes two to move a train. There's a lot that happens when you're moving freight in this country. And that's why it's critically important to the public that you have adequate staffing on there, because you need folks constantly observing. You know, in America, we hit somebody or something every 3 hours on average. But what's scary about this is you don't know how many people were saved or accidents were prevented because of the second person in the cab of the locomotive. And for people like myself and the folks that we represent that actually do move the freight and sit in the cabs of the locomotives, they know how true that statement is, because they know how something so simple as blowing the whistle or ringing the bell can bring awareness to somebody in a place they shouldn't be, and they move. That is actually a fatality or an injury prevented, and it happens all day, every day, countless times a day. I have seen people lose their lives. Homes have been lost because responders are not able to get to where they're going, and that's why crew staffing is critically important. You know, the regulation is the first step. We're not backing down as a union. We're going to keep pursuing that. That is the ultimate goal for us. We still have a long way to go, and we're going to get there.